Kodak Black, Lil Boosie. Y'all, it's about to get real. But what we cannot ignore about this situation is that it wouldn't be this if Boosie could take Kodak under his wing like he attempted to early in Kodak's career. And I think that's where a lot of the frustration, envy, and jealousy stems from. This whole snitching thing. We got Young Thug, we got Woody, we got Funk, we got all these guys that allegedly told. And then we hear Boosie and how he talks about other people who allegedly told. We hear how he talks about rats on Vlad's couch and everything else. But I think it's interesting that Boosie won't speak on Young Thug. And then he took a page out of QCP's book and said that, oh, well, I ain't gonna talk until they pay me on somebody's couch. Boy, you trying to line up an interview and we already know how you feel about so-called rats or snitches. But this is the thing, you guys. Boosie has his own blicky case. And his son has his own blicky case too. So is Boosie being quiet because one of them are about to take a plea also? I don't know. But we are going to check out some clips here. There's a dude named TBG Mel. He goes in on Boosie and he lets him know, like, hey, you're a snitch. He lets the people know on live he's a snitch. Then we're going to check out Fresh Hip Hop Opinion, where Kodak addresses the situation, but Boosie goes off and all of that stuff. And Kodak isn't wrong, you guys. Kodak is not wrong one bit for saying how he feels, because it's very true. Why is Boosie so quiet? Even if Boosie didn't have these cases going on with him and his son, he'd still be quiet. Let's get to it. Now, this first clip, you guys, is going to be Boosie talking about what he got going on and addressing Kodak, and we're going to check out a post and things like that. But something to think about real quick. When they made this thing called hip hop, were they playing in our faces? Hip hopocracy. Yeah, hip hopocracy. Hypocrisy. Do y'all think that's a derivative from that word? Because they know these people are going to talk and say and preach these things that they're really not practicing. Just something to think about. But let's check it out.
I'm blaming the streets, bro. Streets still. Come on, man. I thought they stood up for the street, man. I wish I could take this nigga all rocket, man. No. Biggest rat in the world. Pay you $1 million to sell your soul.
Everybody in my DM talking about speak on the thug. Man, check this out, bro. When it's time for me to speak on anything, I'm gonna speak on it. Whoever put me on their couch, bro, I'm an open book. I'm gonna speak on it, I'm gonna tell how I feel, and I'm gonna keep it real about the situation. That's Boosie, bro. But somebody gotta put me on that couch, bro, to do that. But at the same time, I shouldn't even have no energy for that. Like, all this going through right now, like, man, I shouldn't even have no energy for it. Like, I'm going through real gangster. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I got a lot going on. You know, I can't be going back and forth on no internet, bro. Like, especially, yeah, nigga, you know, I'm trying to get the same thing you got from the same people, bro. And you know that, bro. Come on, type this shit on, bro. But, other than that, bro, like, yeah, when it's time to talk about any situation, you know how I'm coming. You know, I'm gonna tell the truth how I feel about any situation. And to all my fans, you know, if y'all my real fans, y'all gonna say, man, she ain't really got time for that. Like, I don't even want, like, my real fans who love me, like, man, we got real shit, nigga, we praying. I'm trying to get the same thing you got from the same people, bro. And you know that, bro. Come on, type this shit.
How can you expect Kodak to be quiet when Boosie said things like that? He said Kodak sold his soul for $1 million to do a song. No, you guys sold your soul to be in that industry. Kodak just did a business move. A brave business move. a confident business move. And here we see the hypocrisy of Boosie. But check this next clip out, you guys, because it gets better. It gets better. We're gonna check out him on Math Hoffa and how he talks about the impact of rats in the game. And he's not gonna hold the people accountable for being in the game and getting caught because they participate in the game. He's gonna talk about the people that talk about these people. I get it both ways, but coming from Boosie, boy, you need to be quiet.
When they get to doing all this telling on people, you heard them kids, bro. People who justify for rats never had a kid, a family lose a loved one, and the kids suffer, bro. When they never talk about, always talk about the victim getting ratted out. You never talk about his 7, 8 kids who gonna suffer.
Sometimes it's 20.
Sometimes it's 20, and the aunties and everybody. You know, so it's not just one person that gets snitched on and it hurt that person. It trickles down to that whole family. Raised without a daddy. Not a baby mama out her motherfucking top fucking everything. You know, because you ratted and took the mold. You ratted. And you didn't have to do that.
Right.
You know, so when people get to justifying for people sending other people to prison, I feel some type of way. I was on death row for snitches. You know, I feel a certain type of way. My children suffered emotionally. You know, it wasn't that financial shit it's not what it's gonna be when daddy leave.
Right.
When mama leave. Mama not gonna be the same person when daddy leave. Your brothers and sisters, if y'all got the same daddies, everybody gonna do this when daddy gone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the people who justify for all these fucking rats, look at your fucking kids' face and think about their life if you was gone. What if you stole out a stove bitch one day and they told on you and you was gone?
Right.
You know, you gotta look at that. I don't agree with people. People don't look at, you never been in that situation, so you don't know.
Right.
You don't know. Like what I just said, a lot of people never looked at it like that.
Right.
Because you never experienced that. A daughter crying on her birthday when her dad ain't there. Her dad ain't there when her period come on. Cause you're rat. And we was all doing crimes.
Together.
We was all doing crimes together. Nigga, some people gonna make it cross the gate and some people ain't. That's God.
Yeah.
Some people if 3 people get away, he got away, man. It wasn't meant for him to get caught. He gonna go to jail later. He gonna get caught later.
Right.
But he didn't get caught.
Lord.
You got caught,
Let him be
nigga.
free. Let him be free.
You know what you signed up for, bro. All this shit we signed up for, everybody know what they signed up for.
Now
We're not about to let Boosie get away with that, because this is the thing, y'all. People are in certain situations and they want to get out. Some people want to take the fast route. They want to get a pack. They want to get a strap. They want to hit the streets. They want to hit licks. They want to do all of this street stuff. But when they get caught, why don't you hold yourself accountable for wanting to lead that type of life? Because everybody ain't no street dude. Even dudes in the game, all of them aren't street dudes. Some of them are business savvy dudes with street ties. And when they get in trouble, they talk. We got to hold these people that make these choices accountable.
You know what you signed up for, bro. All this shit we signed up for, everybody know what they signed up for.
You can't just put it all on the civilians or the people that are, you can't put it all on the snitches. You can't. And I really feel like Boosie's going to take a plea. And I definitely feel like his son is. And with that being said, you guys, this last clip, I don't know the situation, but I do know that the top boy gorillas and bottom boy gorillas and it's TBG, BBG, all that stuff. Yeah. Here's a well-respected member speaking on how he would rather be an addict than be labeled a rat. And who is he calling the rat? Boosie. Check it out.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Yeah, you know you cried when daddy told you was a rat. Come on, man. Yeah, I'ma speak facts, me. Nigga, no, I ain't never stole nothing. I finessed the nigga. Take your lick. Yeah. And Jerry Griffin. Jerry Griffin said the same thing. You heard me, man? This nigga 911, man. You heard me? You gonna tell it all. Yeah, that's why TBG don't f with you. Yeah, because you're supposed to be the toll on spot. You heard me? Yeah, nigga. And I didn't even f with you like that. If I was on some, I'd rather be on than be a rat. You heard me?
I want to hear Boosie address that. I really do. And if you look in the chat, you guys, they were saying, "Oh, Hatcher rat." Listen, I'm not up in Baton Rouge politics, the BBG, TBG whole thing, but that needs to be addressed if it hasn't been addressed. If it's been addressed, send it to me, you guys. But let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.